if this were to end today, like if all of it were to stop, we have decades of physical rebuilding to do, right? Like Gaza's fucking annihilated. And then we have millions of people that are absolutely fucked up in the head that there's just so much. Like, is there even enough help to offer them to get them to a place where they can think more clearly? It's just it's so tragic. Like every morning I wake up and I'm like, it's a nightmare, right? This is a nightmare. This can't be in 2024 with all the documentation we have on genocides and wars and how none of them none of them accomplish their stated goals. None of them. Why do we keep choosing that as like, oh yeah, this time it'll work in 2024?
It truly doesn't make any sense. And I think you make such an important point too of the destruction of this is not just in this current moment. This destruction will last for generations. I remember when my grandfather died, he was in the hospital and he would wake up screaming in the night because he was having nightmares about Hitler and about the Nazis. And it haunted him until the end of his days. And I know that Israel is doing that to Palestine, to any Palestinians who survive this, whether they're in Gaza or the West Bank, whether they have witnessed direct violence or they're in the diaspora worried about their families, that fear, I hope, does not haunt them until the end of their lives, but I worry that it will. And I think the opportunity that my grandfather did not take advantage of, that I hope Palestinians are able to have, is he didn't cope. He didn't talk about it. He didn't ask for resources. He didn't share what had happened to him unless he was totally shut down and dissociated. Or I think he told a story about what happened for several times in his life. And I think what's so beautiful about the resilience of Palestine, even as they have been beaten down and brutalized over 75 years, is this oral history and storytelling that Palestinians engage in constantly to make their suffering human and to communicate it to the rest of the world. That will be what stops them from having the nightmares at the end of their lives.